What's up? Welcome to Rock and Roll Wine School. I'm Eric. Special episode today from Sweden. We're at the 59th latitude. Our guests today are Valerie and Ulrika. And do you want to talk about our sponsor, Valerie?
Sure. Our sponsor today is MakeMoreMarbles.com. Go visit them.
Greatest and latest in investment advice. Check it out. So, here in Sweden, it's probably not the first country you'd think of as a wine producer, but Ulrika and her husband Göran have found a way to grow pretty amazing wines. In particular, their Vidal icewine won the World Championships in wine 3 years in a row, 2010 to 2012, competing with about 3,000 other wines from 50 or so different countries. And as we learned today here on location, they also make some pretty amazing table wines. And Ulrika, can you talk a little bit about, are there special challenges and problems growing wine here at a pretty northern latitude, you know? You don't get a lot of sun, presumably, lots of rain, or?
Well, it all depends, actually. You have him up there deciding basically what the weather is like, but what people forget is because we are so far north, we have actually 25% more sunlight. The midnight sun, and also another good thing is that the soil is very young here compared to the southern Europe, because we had the ice age when they didn't. So there's few things that are actually good to make the wines here. We haven't been here very long, 15 years, so it's still new, this winery, compared to the old houses down in Italy and France and so forth.
But yet, I heard it's actually the oldest vineyard in Sweden still?
That's correct. That's
okay,
correct.
So the industry is very up and coming.
Yes.
So this ice wine that we're holding, how'd you pull that off to win the gold medal?
Well, I usually say it's a good winemaker and a good soil. So you have to have good grapes, basically, to make a good wine. You cannot fake it until you make it. It doesn't work that way in the wine business. It's handcraftship. You know, you have to sort of have the sense of flavors and when to stop the fermentation and things like that. And that's my husband Göran. That's very good for that.
Great.
And there's no sulfur in this. There's no additives or nothing. It's so clean. The plants are not sprayed or anything. So it's so natural it can be. It's naturally fermented, cold fermentation.
Wow. Yeah, and we also had at lunch actually had a beautiful Merlot that you also grow on estates.
That's correct.
And unoaked and very clean tasting, lots of interesting flavors in there. It's reminded me a little bit about something that might have been grown in Italy, but it was beautiful with the lamb that we had for lunch today.
Thank you. This is the Merlot we have, and we are lucky that way. Like, in a way, it's so Merlot-y because the Wine Federation actually, when you make Merlot today, they want you to, they have a rule that you can actually mix up 1/3 with some other kind of wine, like Cabernet Sauvignon or something.
Okay.
But I have nothing to mix with, so it's 100% Merlot. So this is actually a reference wine in competitions because it's so much Merlot in this one.
Wow, that's amazing.
So it's interesting. Yeah, it's special.
Yeah, and then you also grow some fruit wines and Chardonnay, I believe.
We have a Chardonnay that's little oaked. It's called a cold Chardonnay because it has grown so far north. So it's a little bit more crispy in its flavor and not so oily like you can have other wines in the southern Italy and so forth. So it suits very well with seafood and, you know, little salty food. It goes very well with. Merlot goes very well with like tenderloin, you know, like light meat. And Vidal you can drink as it is, like this. Usually when you drink sweet wines, because this is a sweet wine, what goes well with that is fat, like food, like I'm talking, could be goose liver, cheese, and also some desserts, like where you have the cream in it or something like that. That goes very well. makes that happy mouth.
And I understand about 90% of your production is the Vidal, is that?
80.
80%, okay.
Yes.
And what's the total acreage or hectare?
2.7.
2.7 hectares, so that's about 6 acres, I believe.
No, 2.7 hectares.
Hectares, yeah.
Yeah, you talk acres. Sorry.
Yeah, so I think that equals about 6 acres
Yeah,
if
right.
I'm doing my math correct. Well, let's taste this ice wine. Wow, that is amazing. I get a lot of apricot in this, and honey and vanilla, a little banana even.
Yeah, some people say that.
Yeah, yeah. Very interesting. It's a beautiful wine, and the one we're drinking today is
Vidal 09.
2009, and that was actually the one that won the competition, the championship in 2012, I believe.
Yeah.
Great. Wow, this is incredible.
It's amazing.
So let's talk a little bit about ice wine. The key to ice wine is what? Or what sets it apart from other wines?
Well, since you harvest it when it's -7, -10.
And that's in centigrade.
Yeah, exactly. That you just get out the sugar and the acids, basically. So it's very concentrated, you may say. And that's why when you drink it, you just don't need a lot because it's so full of flavors. The grape is Vidal Blanc, which is a French grape from the start. And now it's actually a Canadian fellow that has it. Because the Frenchmen didn't get the right harvest time for it, so they weren't so interested. So this Canadian fellow came along and he bought the right to have the royalty for Vidal Blanc. And so they're quite, because all the grape wines are imported, what we have are from Canada.
From Canada,
Yeah.
okay. And then you pick them at about -7 degrees centigrade or about
Yeah.
20 degrees Fahrenheit. You press them while they're still frozen.
Correct.
And what's your approximate output? How many liters?
If I have a good year, 600-700 liters.
Okay,
That's it.
great. Wow.
But that's actually 0.5% of the world production.
From this particular vineyard? Wow, that is really impressive.
Because you don't get it anywhere. Like sometimes.
Well, Germany and Canada
Yeah.
have pretty significant production.
But sometimes you don't have the cold.
Yeah.
If you don't have that cold, you won't get the ice wine. You have then late harvest, red leather, or something like that. But ice wine, it has to be -7 or between -7 and 10.
Wow. Well, this is amazing. We're having an amazing time here at Blaxsta Vingard in Sweden. It's about an hour southwest of Stockholm, so if you're ever in Sweden, check it out. And Ulrika, thank you so much. As always, we're going out with 30 seconds of craziness. Valerie?
30 Seconds of Craziness is by a great band, many distant cities.
Check it out. All right, cheers guys. Thank you so much.